Vision and goals. So we're right around to that fifth wheel, if we remember from the very, very beginning. So let's talk through those. All right. It's got to have a measurable objective. Otherwise, a goal is just an idea. Really, what we're trying to line out is what are the very, very important things that we want to accomplish this year, and how are we going to go get them? This is I know that this flag is the right one to go get, and it's at the top of that mountain. How are we going to go do it? So we have our goal of getting the flag, our strategies, we're going to climb the right mountain with the right gear, and our tactics are making sure that we have the right people associated with that task to be able to accomplish it. So let's talk about that. All right. It is very, very important to get granular. And this takes a lot of practice. This is very, very challenging because what we're often tasked with are these grand vision. I want to grow the business. Well, duh, of course we do. But what does that mean? That doesn't really tell our employees how to go do it. I want to grow the business. Well, do I need to add one client, or do I need to add 100? Are there particular things that we want to expand into, or are we just going to keep doing what we were doing? Or those are all the questions that we have to answer. The first bullet point is right there. Just get crystal clear. The whole piece with this is if your team has a goal, or let's say the entire organization has a goal, everyone should be able to repeat it word for word and understand what it means. It's that second piece. Understand what it means is critical, because if there's confusion leads to folks going down paths that's not even going to help accomplish it. That's great idea, but it doesn't accomplish the current need. Those, again, going back to the little box, though, that's over there in our green box. It may not be super urgent, but it might be important later on. That's where we have to balance it. Only establish goals and action plans for important wants. Don't major in minor things. How many times have we all gotten our list of goals and objectives for the year and it has 50 things on it? Not possible. It's just not possible. 3 to 4 is a good rule of thumb. Again, we're human beings. We can't do 50 things. If there are more than 3 or 4 things on our goals and objectives for that given year, something has to give. We do not have a limitless supply of resources. We don't have a limitless supply of cash. We don't have a limitless supply of money. 3 or 4 things. That's really what we want to be good at. And we need to make sure those are very clear and how they're going to drive the business. Set priorities among competing demands. Use discrimination. Now, not in the way that we're hearing on the news, but what I'm saying there is it's okay to have some where, let's say I'm in sales. I should probably have 1 or 2 items that are related to operations. Otherwise, the team's not balanced. My objectives are not balanced with the organization. I could sell a lot of things, but if they don't make the organization the margins that I'm after, what did I just do? I just got really busy at being busy. I didn't really drive what we were hoping to accomplish. And the 4th bullet point there, concentrate focus, energy, and efforts on high priority, high value activities, those that move you closer to the vision. If we as leaders are building the right goals and objectives for our teams and ourselves, they will align very neatly with the company's vision. The idea that we will have to continue to refine those, we won't have to. Everybody will know what we're trying to work towards. All right. Lots of words, hard to do, isn't it? Yeah, they are. So here we are. Let's take a minute in the book that you've got that I passed along yesterday, or it's in the chat. Jot down some goals, and then we'll use 1 or 2 examples. We'll make sure that they are SMART goals, which, as we had chatted, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Specific goals, clearly outline exactly what it is we're supposed to do. Measurable. Otherwise, if I don't have a way to actually track how we're doing, how do I know when I've reached the target? Attainable. Am I assigning this goal to someone who can actually complete the task? If I was to be asked, hey, I need you to go paint all of the roads in Dallas blue. Okay, well, it's specific. I want the roads blue. Is it measurable? Yes, I said all the roads. If I find one that's not blue, well, then you didn't reach it. Is it attainable? No, I don't have the ability to actually do that. Fourth one there, same example. Is it relevant? Why in God's name do you want to paint all the roads blue? That doesn't help move my organization forward. What are we doing? Hence relevant and time-based. I need you to have all the roads blue in North Texas by the end of the year. All right. So I've met 3 of the 5. Attainable and relevant aren't met, but we talked about those. So as we're thinking about a goal, pick 2 or 3. We've got a few more minutes still, a little bit ahead of schedule. So why don't we do that, and then we'll circle. And if someone's willing to share one of their goals, we can go through it as a group. All right, good, good, good. Going back to the one we just talked about. These are hard. These are really hard. So Mark, thank you for sharing that. I really do appreciate it. I know you were put on the spot, and it takes some real guts to stand up in front of this team and go, "Hey, here's mine," and work through each one of these 5 bullets. Knowing that we don't know your business. We're relying on information, but the idea that we would have 4 of your accountants actually migrate up to senior accountants and close additional books of business. That's specific. We would probably want to refine that a little bit in that what type of clients should they be considering? And I say that going back to the organization's vision and mission of what are the margins that we're trying to attain. So spend a little more time thinking through what type of clients we would like them to go after. I would think that, for instance, if we've got a client that has this really complex booking system, not booking system, really complex accounting system, or they don't even have a bookkeeper and it's just in a shoebox, that's a client that's going to take a lot of effort. It might be billable hours, but it's also going to soak up resources. So is that the right margin that we're looking for there? Measurable, yes. By the end of the year, that makes sense. They need to have 5 additional clients. Attainable, I don't know. I don't know how hard it is to go out and get new work as an accountant. Personally, I married one, so I have no idea. But we just need to make sure that if 5 is realistic, great, there we are. Now, do we want to get 5 accountants who happen to have lines of work just like Mark Cuban does? That may not be attainable. So again, balance that with all the others. Relevant, absolutely. Having 5 accountants or having your accountants go get 5 more clients in their book of business, yeah, that's very relevant. That's well within the scope of their work. If we were going to ask them to go get 5 clients for them to do painting jobs, that doesn't add up. So I like what you did there. And then time-based, absolutely. We need to secure a client in first quarter. Oh, it's kind of burnt. Then we need to have 2 more in the second quarter, and then 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. It makes perfect sense. That way we're not completely blowing up the year. If we need to slide a client from Q2 into Q3, okay, we didn't ruin the universe. That's okay. It still gives us time to overcome and adjust. So hopefully everyone sees where I was going with that conversation, that these can be challenging. These take time. But again, we're working on these in the red box, right? If we think about that in the urgency and importance box, very urgent, very important. We need to spend a lot of time on these because we're laying out how the organization is going to actually grow. So as we're coming out of a crisis, or we're trying to run through a crisis, or here we are being pulled 400 different ways. Yeah, these are absolutely critical, because these are essentially the runner sheets. These are the messenger sheets that we're going to have our folks run through. That way they know what they want us working on.